is a D6 generation pip. Yeah, one of those dots on the side of a six-sided die. Yeah, a pip. You know, a short pip. Little something. Yeah, about anything gaming related. Sometimes featuring Craig, sometimes featuring Russ. We'll see what's coming up today. All right. Hey, welcome back. All right, guys, ready for another session here? Seppi is already grinning wildly. Doc is back here, race with us. We have two new observers, potential players here, John and Joe, so welcome. Before we get into all the action, though, we need someone to remind us of where the heck we were. So who would like to summarize where we were? And also we need someone to share their screen so those following along at home on video can see what's up. So
I can't share my screen there, Russ, because my computer is powered by geriatric squirrels. So maybe Rafe should be doing the sharing.
All right. Well, you know, when you make a game called Squirrel or Die, squirrels don't generally love you. You know,
it's true. Yeah. And I've been accused of oversharing sometimes, Russ. I don't know why. Like, it doesn't make sense to me, but you know.
All right. So who would like to summarize what happened last time? Anybody remember?
Bohemia votes for Pyric.
Oh, Pyric Starfinder. I will check the great book of knowledge to see where we are in our adventure.
Does it say For the Nord on the front?
Not yet, but it will.
Okay, excellent.
Okay. So in my journal of sagely exploits, I call this misadventure The Philandering Felons of Falandir.
Ooh, nice.
And after we had a little bit of racially generated hooliganism in Falandir, we managed to save Euphemia's extended family. Their farm was going to be burned down by people calling themselves the Red Brand. Mm. Did I get that right this time, Russ?
Well done, sir.
Sometimes my pronunciation.
That book is already paying for itself.
Absolutely. Well, after that, we were sort of rambushed by Cowlick. He was in a bush, and he's a bull, so we were bull-bushed, I guess. I don't know what the local colloquialism is.
You got a bull rash from it.
Yeah, absolutely. And we were really taken aback by the number of rhymes he was able to deliver in a certain amount of time. And therefore, we felt as though he was benign, and so he could come with us.
Could you give us a sample rhyme while we're here?
That pause speaks volumes there, Russ. We'll let him think about it. Doc, when you're ready to unleash that sort of 8-foot cow tongue on our misadventure, please let us know. So we, of course, invited this strange 8-foot creature into the halfling's house, and then sat him down for dessert and told him the skinny that we were adventuring from Neverwinter, and we were going down the Sword Coast, and stuff happened. And we sort of converted bugracious beings into starting their own philanthropic endeavor called the Cave Inn. Mm-hmm. And then we made our way to Falandir and got paid for delivering some stuff. And then this event happened. And why didn't he just come along with us? Because our other friends, for some reason, decided that they needed to take off.
They were concerned about the safety of the town, given that the Red Brands were getting a little violent.
Have you met the Butcher, Russ? The Butcher isn't a name that you give people who are caretakers, Russ.
That's fair.
So we sent the Butcher and Lord Hallwinter off to do short-lived human things, and we upgraded the party with our barbarian, the Great Cowlick. I think its actual spelling is C-A-R. Something or another, but you know, the regional dialect, it's Cowlick. Okay. And so we all decided to then interrogate the minor Carp, who is Euphemia's nephew, and he told us about what we now know is a Sword Coast elm, which were entwined in such a way to make a giant Y that then marked the tree entrance to the caves that belongs to the Red Brand.
Yes.
We made our way up the secret passage, as one does, and then we struggled in the dark tunnel with a one-eyed monster. We let Cowlick really sort of handle the one-eyed monster. He seems to have sort of a knack for it. And after the one-eyed monster was spent, we dropped it in a trench. I think that's pretty much the end of the story.
Pretty much. That's most of it. So at the moment, you are in what Euphemia's nephew described as the Red Brand hideout, which is a manor, an old rundown manor on the northeastern side of Phandalin. But you did, as you described, go through sort of a lesser-known entrance behind a split tree. And in there, when you were going in there, and thanks to both of you have dark vision, but thanks to the twin candles on the horns of Karluk, you were able to spot this creature, which was able to communicate in your minds and started to, it felt like he was kind of plucking thoughts out of your minds, but Karluk was able to, most of you were able to ward off and repel whatever kind of mental attack it was doing. And Karluk was able to slam it with a bull rush charge and knock it back into the chasm that you can currently see there on Rafe's screen. It is currently, at this very moment, as we return to our heroes, it is lying prone on the bottom of the pit. It seems like the impact from Karluk plus the fall has severely injured it, and it appears to be cowering. It started to beg for... I see Rafe is holding up an image of Karluk, the drawing with the candles that my younger daughter did. Thank you, Rafe. It is crawling backwards, and it's saying, in your mind, you're hearing, please, please, don't hurt us. We'll tell you what you want to know. No. And it's crawling back towards, in this room with this sort of chasm. If Rafe were to scroll up slightly on his screen, you would see there is a second bridge crossing the chasm, and the one-eyed creature, which I believe when Pyric did a lore check, you were able to identify it as actually something known as a Nothic. It is crawling, and it's actually its turn still in turn order. As it's mumbling this, it moves a little, it crawls backward up the chasm on its two little weedy little hands, and is crawling backwards. And it is now Pyric's turn. What would you like to do, Pyric?
Oh, you need to halt there, guy. We're not done with you. Besides, there's still a barter going on about Blueberry Crumble. You stay right there. I threatened him, leaning over the ledge. Like just right at the tips of my fingers, ready to manifest the power of the Nord.
This crevasse, by the way, is 20 feet deep, so it's a pretty good way down, just FYI.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And it's about 5 to 10 feet wide, as you can see in the grid there, depending on the spot. So Pyric, you're trying to persuade him to stop. Why don't you make a persuasion check there?
Is there a way in fifth to be more threatening than persuasive?
You can also intimidate.
Let's see
you
which
can make
one
an intimidation
is...
check. So what are you doing to be intimidating? Because you were very cordial there. You were very like, welcome
no,
to Minnesota.
I'm the menace of the power of the Nord.
Are you having a little sparkle of snowflakes on your fingers or something?
I'm a very dangerous sparkler.
Okay, so you're trying to give him like, you're being polite, but you're being intimidating at the same time. Okay, make it an intimidation check.
Yes, intimidation. Oh, these are both awful.
Not your strike.
I'm much more of a sage than a talker. Let's see what happens here. Now, you hold still there, Mr. One-Eyed Monster. Oh,
that's a pretty good intimidation roll. With your bonus there, that is
my penalty. My penalty there.
It looks like a 17, but it was actually a 6. So sadly, he seems to still be moving. And that's pretty much your action. Would you like to do any kind of movement or anything there, Peric? Are you good?
I will move up. I will move myself up. That'd be great. Oh, yeah, we're gonna keep up with this guy.
There you go. So as you guys can see, remember this has got dynamic lighting. So Euphemia couldn't see Pyric because she was directly behind that column, but now he can see her up against the thing there. All right. So Euphemia, what would you like to do?
I am going to use my bonus action, which I can do at second level as a thief, and I'm going to do the dash move, which I understand that means I just get a free move.
Yep.
Does that sound right, Russ?
That sounds right.
And I think I move 5 squares. I'll go right to here.
Yep.
And then I want to launch. Does this bridge hang down a little bit so like the no-think has to go underneath the bridge to escape?
He has to. It's 20 feet down, so the bridge is pretty high above him. The bridge is like a rope bridge with wooden slats, and it looks like it could be cut, damaged, dismantled. It's not the world's strongest bridge.
All right. Well, what I'm going to do is I want to launch an arrow to right in front of his feet.
All right.
And say, now listen, this is your I'm going to say last chance, stop moving for Blueberry Crumble. Otherwise, the next one will go in your eye.
All right. So go ahead and make a intimidation check.
Can I do performance?
Sure.
So let me, that was a little bit intimidating. So let me do this. No think. I used to watch the traveling circus in my hometown, and I loved the archery show. Watch this. Pew!
All right. I love it. Well,
I must have clicked it twice.
You rolled twice, but the first roll was a 25 with modifiers. So that's pretty sweet. Your arrow, so you come across as like a performing sort of jape, but Northic gets the message. The arrow lands right between his little legs. Doink. And he stops. Did you mention crumble? Crumble? You hear, all of you hear in your head, inside your head. Remember, it seems to be his thoughts are right in your head. You don't there's nothing actually your ears are hearing.
Yes.
Karluk, the creature it's your turn. The creature is stopped, seems to be paralyzed. On its right or on its left is Pyric, who's got some frost on the fingers. Meanwhile, Euphemia just shot an arrow neatly between its legs, and it looks very terrified of that. What are you going to do?
Euphemia, where is the crumble currently?
Well, it's in my backpack.
Okay,
Auntie
great.
wrapped it up for us in 3 large leaves.
Perfect. And 3 large leaves. Of course she did. that's the saran wrap of these times.
Right, 2 leaves would be insufficient. You need 3. Every hobbit knows that.
Well, there's one for each of us, is what I was going with that.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to move past Euphemia towards the Nothic, and I'm going to kind of follow up on the discourse here and say, grabbing the crumble on the way and then presenting it, I'll say, you better take the crumble if you don't want to take another tumble.
Ooh. All right, move yourself, Doc, to where you want to be.
All right.
There we go. Perfect. And so you're right above the thing. You're it's 20 feet down, so you can't really hand the crumble to him, but are you kind of sort of gesturing it at him kind of thing?
Yeah, I'll lean down and, kind of
Seppi will mage hand it down.
Oh, okay. So you're offering the crumble.
You offer up the crumble. Yes, I will use Mage Hand, lift it from Cowlick, and have it hover just above the no-think.
Oh, the crumble's right above him, and he starts to kind of like reach for it. The crumble wasn't a lie. You hear in your head.
No, you should know. All the voices in my head are honest there, Mr. No-think.
So it's back to the Nothic's turn, and it says in your head, what do you want to know for crumble? And he stopped moving completely. So he seems like he's perfectly stationary. And Karluk, from your position, make a perception check.
Hmm.
And Ross, I want to add, because you might have forgot from 2 sessions ago, I had also asked the no-think part of our knowledge is I want him to share some spells for our wizard.
Ah, okay. All right. Let's see. So, Karluk, you rolled well. So you notice, since you're standing the closest, that under the bridge and under a small pile of rocks, and it's almost not really noticeable, except that you rolled pretty well, and the Northic's hand was kind of close to it. There seems to be a small, elongated chest that he was sort of heading towards, it looks like. And he just asked, what do you guys want to know for the crumble?
What's in that chest? That's what we'd like to know best.
Oh, I need some idea of like how many Red Brand are there, and if there are any other involuntary guests, like our friend Cowlick used to be one of them.
And don't forget, Mr. No Think, I kind of caper around a little bit. Don't forget a spell. That was part of it for the crumble.
All right. He says, that's a lot. 2 crumble?
Let's see how you do with the information, and I will give you my second crumble.
Okay. So, so the first thing is, let's see, for
this is like a small like case, or is it a big heavy chest?
the chest, he looks at the chest, and it's the size of a potentially, it looks like it's the size of a long sword. Like it could easily hold a long sword. It's like that big.
I could pick up 10 pounds with Mage Hand. Will I be able to pick this up?
That's a great question. And is it bigger than a bread box?
You haven't picked it. You don't know how heavy it is, so you'd have to try.
Well, in my guesstimation, with my vast intelligence.
Well, it really depends what's in it, right? Because the chest is big enough to hold a long sword. Long swords are usually less than 10 pounds, but it depends what else is in there. So it could be 2 long swords, in which case to be on the bubble. So you don't know what's exactly in there. So it's on the edge, right? It's probably the size of a thing where you probably could pick it up, but you don't know until you try. He does look at it, and he says, he looks back at the Minotaur and says, in your head, my favorite, find, plus some bling. Bling is probably not very timely, but what are you going to do? So that's what he says. That's what he first says about the box. Then he says, he looks over to Euphemia, and he says, if you have scroll paper, I could scribe a spell. And then he looks over at Pyric, and he says, there are perhaps 8 to 12 red brands.
8 to 12? No, thank you. That seems like quite the range.
Plus,
I've gotten the business of 8 guys at one time. 12, I would be really spent.
Plus, there's Glassstaff, their leader.
What? Is that a euphemism? Like Glassstaff? Like,
I don't think the Black Spider's here, but he comes from time to time.
You said,
and then of course,
what color was that spider?
Black. And then of course, there's his bugbears.
Oh, bugbears.
Bear-shaped, bugracious beings?
You also asked for others, more crumble. And then he pauses.
Pyric.
Yes, Euphemia.
I've checked my backpack, and I do not have any vellum or any scroll paper. So if you have some, we'll hand it up to Cowlick. He can pass it on.
Oh, let's see. I'm looking at
and Russ, what I'll do is I'll walk up to Calic and I will I'll swing my backpack around from the front in a flourish and reach in for the second crumble so that Pyric knows I'm not lying.
Mm.
So are you giving him the first crumble?
I think he deserves the first crumble. What do you think, Pyric? You've got the mage hand.
I think you're better with people, Euphemia.
You have so go ahead. I say, Pyric, go ahead and lower the mage hand. Let him taste Auntie's crumble.
Well, I'm going to mage hand it so he has to step away from the case.
All right, so you got to make him move like between you and Euphemia, kind of like one square down, like
and,
right, right
like
here, right
it's offering it, to him. And then when he grabs it, I'm going to grab the case and lift it to myself.
All right. And how much weight can the mage hand lift?
10 pounds.
Yeah. So, the crumble goes down. Northic grabs the crumble with his little like T-Rex style hands, and he starts to devour it, and crumble's shooting everywhere. And then he's like picking it up off the ground, and he's just like blueberries and bits are like gopping out of his teeth, and he just seems like he's in seventh heaven. He's like, and you can hear in your mind just his pleasure, which is actually kind of giving you pleasure in a weird way. That's kind of, we won't go there anymore. But then also the mage hand floats over to the chest and starts to try to move the chest. And you see one end of the chest lift up, and it looks like, given your experience with mage hand, it looks like it's a little too heavy for you to get the whole thing off the ground. But you hear a shift and a jingle, like lots of coins sliding around in there, and a loudish ka-thunk as you move it. So it's definitely got something in there that sounds like coins and other things.
Can I open the lid with the hand if I cannot lift it up? I set it down quietly.
Can it do like basic sort of mechanics? Like, can it do like small tasks? I know it can lift things and move stuff. I don't know if it can like.
Hey, as Seppi looks at that, Russ, you know what I've just realized in over 20 years of role playing?
Yeah,
we actually used and had to use what something weighed. I really hope you were calculating how much Electrum weighed.
Well, it's only because the player's like, it only lifts 10 pounds. But that's a good question, because chests can get pretty big. This is not a huge chest. Because the average chest, like a chunk at your foot of your bed, mage hand probably couldn't lift.
Russ, I posted mage hand to the chat for the thing because we had learned new skills. Yep.
Manipulate an object, open an unlocked door or container. Yep, there you go. It definitely covers it. So poof. So yeah, you open the chest up, and from here, it's a little hard to see from here, given the lighting situation, even though you have dark vision. But you can see that there's definitely some kind of sword in there. Looks like a long sword-sized weapon. And there is glints, looks like quite a bit of silver, gold, and some gems. And you're pretty sure you can see a scroll case and some potion bottles.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna start with
in a bottle, and that's John. No,
I'm gonna start with the scroll case. Okay, bringing the scroll case to me, and
so this is like 2 or 3 actions now at this point. So,
right.
Nothic, first of all, let me open it up to anybody else who wants to do anything. Well, Seppi, Pyric is using Mage Hand, one hand at a time to start rummaging through the chest here. What are the rest? Here's 1 coin. Here's 2 coins. What are the rest of you? What are the rest of you doing? Nothic he ate that blueberry crumble so fast. He's starting to look like one of those little animals that's like done with his first noms and waiting for more.
Yeah,
we haven't heard from you, Karlik, in a while. Karlik, what are you doing?
Euphemia looks to Karlik and says, "I don't know what else we should do."
Can I cast minor illusion to make the chest look like it's filled with coal?
You could. Yes, sure. Why not?
Euphemia, tell him. Ask him why his chest is just filled with junk. Maybe those red brands stole it from him.
Mr. Nothic.
Yes.
I happen to just look over your shoulder at your chest of treasures, and why is it filled with coal? I think that I think the Red Brands took your stuff.
All right. He looks at your the chest, and then he gets in your head, like you feel a sharp pain again, and you got to make a saving throw.
Damn that!
I need you to make a. I need you to make a deception check.
I'll use my last available bardic inspiration.
All right. You block
Euphemia, you're so sneaky.
21. You don't even need the bardic inspiration. So you block that, and he says, "Trickery! I checked it moments ago." And then he looks at Euphemia, he looks at Karluk, and he does his sort of gaze right at Karluk again. And you feel, Karluk, like there's a real pressure on you, and you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Hey, Russ, while he's doing that, in case it matters, what's the card that we have?
Oh. That's actually one from Terrace has from a while ago. I got rid of that.
Oh,
Don't pay attention to that.
But I thought one of us got it for getting a 20. One of us got something.
You did pass an automatic skill check. There's, I think Pyric has it, actually.
Okay.
All right. How'd you do there, Karluk?
13.
13. Oh, you made it. So again, his gaze like washes over you, and you feel like you're getting sort of withered, but you shrug it off. And nothing's like,
Russ, do I see the green? Do I see the green beam of the gaze go off?
yeah, well, it's not really super bright visual, but you definitely get the feeling of like some kind of beam attack thing going at Karluk. Yeah.
All right, that's it. I dropped the mage hand, all the whatever, and I poured the power of the Nord straight into his eye.
Ooh. All right. Good. Does he got to make a save against the power of the Nord, or you rolled a hit?
No, I gotta make a. I gotta roll to hit. This should work.
No, your power of the Nord misses.
With an elevation bonus and shenanigans.
Yes, your shenanigans are insufficient. You missed by too much. So sadly, that misses, and we're back into rounds again because it's on. So
yeah, Pyric doesn't stand for that, I have to say.
That was Pyric's turn.
Yeah.
Euphemia, what are you going to do?
Well, I will regrettably launch an arrow.
All right.
Sorry, Mr. Don't Think. Can't attack my friends. Pew, pew. And this is a sneak attack because my enemy is within 5 feet of both of my comrades.
Oh, there you go.
So I attack with advantage.
Nobody expects a stealthy halfling.
No one ever.
Oh!
I got to go.
Don't
20 cards,
even
please.
need the second die.
Oh, God.
20.
Monster critical hit. Not going to be ugly. Or it might be ugly. Let's see what you get.
John and Joel, you need to watch us more often. Like,
really helps.
seriously, Rafe is never this
right.
lucky.
Between the shoulders, maximum double damage.
Oh!
So you do max damage and double it.
Ouch. That's
Oh, you should finish him there, Rafe. You should just let
What
it.
is your max damage and then double it, Rafe?
All right, my max damage is 6 plus 3.
Yep. So
And then
that's
so
18, right?
is that 9 plus 9 is 18. And then sneak attack damage, which is 1d6. I don't know if you want me to roll that or not.
Let's just say the arrow goes, he was facing Pyrex, so to keep it fluffy with the card, he gets him right between the shoulder blades, but his head is kind of low, and it goes through his shoulder blades, out his front eye, and the Nothic just pus shoots out of his eye, and he collapses
go through his eye.
right at the bottom of the thing. That's the end of that. So you got him.
I guess when you shoot him in the eye, he's gonna die.
Wow. All right. So the Nothic is down, and you are standing on this cliff. What are we doing now?
Okay. I'm going to, so we don't have to go down to the pit. However long it takes, I'm going to magic hand the contents of the chest up to Cowlick.
Well, perhaps not however long it takes. Maybe 10 rounds. And Karlik and I will keep a watch.
No, I'll pass it to Cowlick. He's our new friend. He gets to have whatever he wants first.
So you figure out that if you were to take the sword by itself first, you probably then can pick up the whole chest. So in 2 swings instead of having to pick up all the little coins.
That's awesome.
So and just to fast forward a little bit, so what you find in the chest, you got someone wants to take this notes for this. You've got 160 silver pieces and 120 gold pieces. So right there, that's a pretty good amount of weight. There's also 5 malachite gems. And each of these gems is worth 15 gold apiece. There are also 2 potions that, when you look at them, you seem to think, I've seen these kind of things before. These are potions of healing.
I'm giving the watchers at home a bonus.
Nice. So you've got 2 potions of healing. And then you also have a scroll in a scroll case. So so that's what you got. You'll have to open the scroll case to figure it out.
All right. In second AD&D, it's telling me the value. Never mind. I was trying to look up how much a gold piece weighed.
Yep. What's a hen weigh?
It was 12 to a pound once upon a time.
Yeah, right, 12 to a pound. Okay.
Yep. So 100 of them is going to be dangerously close to, getting near 10 pounds. Then you throw in a longsword in there, another 160 silver pieces, and you're.
What was the spell? Yeah. Carla, can you use the spell?
It's probably a bugbear trap, I bet. Those are.
Yeah, I would not trust the no-think. Do we have anybody who's good with traps there, Euphemia?
I missed it when looking up the weight of gold. Something's trapped?
The scroll tube. Bugbears are very, very devious.
And they don't trust words.
Yeah.
Hey, Karluk, take a point of inspiration. So, by the way, the longsword, now that you've got it up there, it's in a scabbard. The scabbard is silver chased. Looks extremely nice quality. The hilt and guard look also very impressive as well. It's actually, the hilt is like a bird of prey with outstretched wings.
Russ, I always forget in 5e where detect and remove traps is. Is it sleight of hand or stealth?
I don't know.
Or a dex check or something.
I think they kind of moved all the thief's abilities into like one thing. I think it's perception now, actually.
Really?
It's just a perception check.
No, because that's wisdom based, so it wouldn't be that.
John, do you know what's the thing with thieves for detecting traps?
Yeah, it's the your tools are what it is. The thieves' tools.
Oh,
so you're proficient in thieves' tools, and you use dexterity, so you get your proficiency, which is 2 plus whatever your dexterity bonus is.
Oh, okay. So
and that would be the same for disarming traps and for finding them and for picking locks.
All right, I do have thieves' tools, so that gives me +2 to a dex check.
Yeah, with your proficiency, I think, right? So you get all that.
Oh, you add the proficiency, but the thieves' tools, I think, gain. I can't remember.
No, the thieves' tools don't give you a bonus. You have to be proficient in them, otherwise you don't get the +2.
Okay,
right.
All right, got it. So I do have thieves' tools, and I need to roll 1 die.
Karluk's going to play some background music.
All right, nice. So
my proficiency bonus is 2, my dex bonus is 3, so that's +5 for 13.
All right, so you get 13 points of discovery there. You, it looks like it's clean. Looks like this is a not trapped thing.
I pop it out, and I gently toss it out, and I don't take it all the way. I just let it kick out, and I hand it to Pyric, since I've known him the longest. Pyric, take a look at this. I can't read it.
Okay, then. So I'm glad we have I lean in on Euphemia and get a little bit of that sweet candlelight so that I can look at it. Which skill governs deciphering scrolls in 5th edition?
Well, Arcana usually is what you'd roll for that.
All right. I like Arcana because I'm good at it. Hey, Cowlick, are you good with the various lores and histories of the Sword Coasts?
I'm a little bit nervous about this scroll. I still think it's a trap. You really can't trust bugbears at all, but I'll take a look. Ooh, can I do aid another with Arcana? I don't think it's going to matter.
Yeah, well, actually, if you're aiding him, so if you're helping him, it gives him advantage. So what happens then is if you're helping him know about it, so you guys are kind of having a little consult, then Seppi, you roll your check, but you get advantage on it because Karlik is helping you.
I hope either John or Joe is a wizard because you roll like crap, pirate.
My strength is in personality, Rafe, not in rolling.
And in archaeology and anthropology.
Yeah, so how'd you do there?
I got a 13, for a scholar. Sometimes I get distracted.
Fortunately, basic scroll reading isn't super hard. So you figure out it's a scroll of augury, meaning the spell, right? So Augury. You guys can look that one up so you can see what it does. It's in the little thing there. But basically, it's a cleric spell, and it gives you some insights, pretty cool stuff there. So check that one out.
Oh,
how does that work, Russ? Can the wizard, or I don't know if Dan can they read cleric spells? How's that work?
Well, you know enough to know it's a cleric spell, and you know it's about augury. You can't cast it though.
Okay,
Can you cast others? Can anybody cast a spell from a scroll? I don't think so. I think it has to be the right class still. Is that right, John? I don't know. I think it has to be
the rule books. It has to be the same class.
Yeah,
and you can try to cast the spell higher than your level, but then you have to do. I'd have to look it up, but there's a DC check. I think it's 10 plus the level or something, and you have to do a an Arcana check to make it. Oh no, you'd have to do. I think it's with you plus your spell modifier,
like a divine check or something.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And the bar,
but as long as if it's anywhere on your spell list, you can use it. So if it was on a bard spell list anywhere, they could use it, or so it's not broken down by type anymore.
Okay,
got it. So this is just.
Well, I know I can't cast spells. I can do a lot of things, but I can't do that.
I don't think anyone's ever cast augury ever.
Oh, we'll find a way.
All right. Well, hang on to that till you find a cleric because it'll be.
I like a challenge there, Cowlick. More importantly, Cowlick, I want to talk about this silver scabbard in the sword. I'm very versed in the lineages of the people of the Sword Coast, particularly from here all the way up to the Temple of the Nord. We call that the Uftalala Temple, just for you people who have been paying attention. Yes. So, would it be a history or religion that's most appropriate?
In this case, it's history.
I do have some history.
And you do think the bird of prey is reminding you of something.
Yes. Would my barbarian friend be helpful in this?
Do you know history? Do you have a history proficiency there, Karlik?
No, but I've got a jack of all trades, though.
That will help.
Yep.
Okay.
So if he assists
now you're
you on that,
see another spectacular roll by me.
All right,
here we go. Yeah.
You have advantage. You can roll twice. Roll again because that 6 isn't exactly dazzling.
You know me. I'm consistent.
Here's my advice. I think Bugbear's had a cursed sword like this once. Not very helpful.
Yeah, so you're not really remembering what this is about.
I'll have to look it up. That's why we have books there.
Yeah, you might need a library for this one.
Okay, then. I'm sorry. I'm a little stumped.
If only it was a tree.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Karlik, since we never see it, I think we should give the long sword to the wizard, since elves are known to brandish long swords.
Let's see if let me see. When's the last time I picked up something of this weight? Normally, I've handled a sword or two, and at the Northern Temple. I don't want to be bragged, but all the guys, came to me to handle their swords. So that's the thing that happened. Sometimes we don't talk about that stuff, but under my proficiency,
kind of sword, pirate.
What's that?
That's not this type of sword. This is a.
What are you talking about? It's a long sword. I don't. Those short ones. I have one, but we don't talk about that.
Sounds like Euphemia found some more blueberry crumble.
Okay, yeah, I am actually proficient with the long sword, so I will unsheath it.
All right. Well, when you unsheath it, you see that it has the word. There's a word inscribed on it. It looks beautiful. It's very finely crafted. You can tell that much about it. And it looks like the word talon is inscribed on the blade itself.
All right. So looking at the type of metal and the how that beat strikes into the metal, I understand different species have different cadences for their blacksmiths and for metallurgy. Who do I think is the origin of this smith?
Oh, nice. Well, given that you didn't recognize the sword and you rolled so poorly, I'm going to say you don't really know. That would take a pretty high roll to not only know the origin of the blade, but who made it. So I would have to say you didn't do it.
But I'm looking at the metallurgy. This is a different thing now. That was history. This is now science.
So do you have like proficiency in blacksmithing or metalwork?
Well,
or any
Arcana, if I think this is a spell pound
if you think it's
seal.
magical, if you're going the magical route, I'll give you an Arcana check. But if you're going the blacksmithing route.
Well, you have to pound the spell in there somehow.
Okay.
And I pounded a lot of steel sometimes there, Russ. Can I roll my Arcana check?
You can, yes.
Yeah.
Goodness. What was that?
A 13.
No, you still don't know what's up with your sword.
The light is too
trees are much
bad in
easier
here.
than swords to figure
Oh
out.
my gosh. Oh my gosh. Swords are for swallowing. They're not for anything else.
I'm gonna
put it back and I'm in a huff.
After 3 checks, I'm gonna have to go with you don't know anything about this sword except
I'm gonna let it go. I am now irritated by this sword.
Okay. That's what she said. Okay, moving on. All right. So in this room, just now that you've had a moment while Pyric was looking through all the sword and the things that were gathered, Karluk and Euphemia had a chance to look around. As you can see from the map here, there are actually 3, counting the way you came in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different exits from this room. There's the passage on the due south. So north is straight up on your screen, right? So there's the passage due south. That's where you came from. As you moved into the room, there were 2 passages immediately to the left and right. The left passage had a staircase going down. The right passage looks like it turned and went somewhere else. There's also just beyond the bridge that Karluk is next to, on the left, there's another passage that curves left. And then if you were to keep scrolling the screen up there, Rafe, you would see there's yet another passage, and you can see it opens up into a room, and you can see some barrels and crates in there to the north. So yeah,
Karluk, since you've been here before, you lead the way.
Well, I was outside of this place for a little while, and I saw a good 10 to 100 of those red brands through here. So, I think we should go right.
I'd watch out for that bridge that we just avoided. Maybe we circle back and go back the other way?
Right, and we should not take the bridge. Exactly.
So Karluk,
you looking at what it's made out of, Pyric?
Oh.
Move your token, Mr. Karluk.
Oh, where's Karluk going?
So Karluk, you can move yourself where you're thinking the party should go. There you go. So are you guys why don't you guys form up in a marching order there behind Karluk? All right, Karluk, hold still for a second. Let me get behind you. Pyric, where are you going to be? Okay, so it looks like our marching order right now is you're heading into that little passage there. It is a well-crafted, smooth passage. So the cave you were just in, dealing with the Nothic, looks sort of like natural, but now it looks like you're in a man-made 5-foot wide corridor, and the corridor is going to turn to the right here. Doing anything special or just proceeding along your way?
I have my bow out. Pew!
Okay. All right. Karluk, keep on trucking down there.
Oh, I got to mark off an arrow. 2 arrows. I forgot to pick them
Move
up.
in short bursts, Karluk. As soon as you see a wall or something, let me know. If you want to scroll your screen so you can see what's happening.
Yeah, hold on. I'm marking my arrows. I forgot.
Russ, we were all uninjured from that, the Nothics interaction, right?
Yeah, you guys rolled amazingly well on the saving throws against the Nothic, and he did no damage to you. That guy could have been lethal, but he wasn't. So he was very frustrated because he normally deals with people very easily. So you had an impressive time against him. So hang on a second, Karluk. Don't leave there yet. So, Karlik, when you get to the end of that corridor, go back there, Karlik.
Oh.
When you get to the end of that corridor, you notice the back side of what looks like might be a secret door. So there's a latch, and you can tell that on this side, it's designed to be openable. But the way it's so smooth in the wall, you figure that from the other side, it's not detectable. So you're actually on the not so secret side of a secret door. Does that make sense?
I peek my head underneath his armpit, and I'm like, that's a secret door.
I knew this is the way we should go.
All right. So
I'm taken aback. Like, and I just keep on like waiting for the rhyme after he said that. I'm like, go is such an easy,
Wow.
I was giving you an opening lyric for Euphemia, but that's all right. You're still in training.
Hey,
This
reminds me of
you guys complete his rhymes. He's making it a group song.
Right.
You got to work on that. All right. How do you guys want to breach the door here?
Euphemia, can you sneak this door open?
Sure. I scoot through and unlatch the latch.
All right.
And swing the door in.
Are you trying to open this in such a way that you're being sneaky?
Nope.
Okay, easy enough then. So you throw the door open. You can walk into the room so you can see what's up. So what you're looking at is quite an interesting little chamber here. It's a 5 foot wide, across the way you can see a 5 foot wide landing. And that 5 foot wide landing, I'm going to put a ping on where it is. It's 15 feet above the so where you are now, it looks like you're in the basement of a cellar of a building. Yep. And to your left and right, you can see barrels and crates. There's almost like a little cistern situation, a little water pool there. To your left, a little sort of fountain in it. Looks like it keeps the water aerated. Straight ahead, there is a 15-foot high entryway coming from a door on the above you. And there's sets of staircases that come down from there, wrap around, come down to the level you're on now. And at the level you're on now, there is a door to your left-hand side as well over there. And that is what you see. Oh, also, behind you and to your left, there's another door on the other side of the cistern. You see it there? So, Rafe, if you scroll your screen to the right, you can see what's up. There you go. So does everybody see that okay?
Yep.
All right. So what would you like to do? You threw the door open with that. It wasn't super loud, right. But you weren't quiet either.
Right. Pyric, what's up?
Listen quietly to the door.
Okay.
Now,
I point to the one on the other side of the cistern.
Euphemia hops up onto this ledge, tight ropes across like this, jumps off like a mouse, and listens to that door.
All right. Make a stealth check doing all that stuff. All right. You guys are killing it today. All right. Hang on a second. That's a pretty good score, though, given how bad the roll was. All right. Well, okay. So you get there. Everything seems fine. Are you listening?
Yep.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Cowlick, sometimes my auntie says that I have potatoes in my ears. Do you have anything to help me?
Yes, here I'm coming. Okay, what am I doing listening at this door?
I need a description of how you have someone helping you listen.
I don't know, bardic inspiration or something.
No, you lean your head up against their head, pushing it harder into the door.
I'm really trying to get a visual on the giant Minotaur helping the halfling, like with his horns. Like, I don't even know how that works.
The candles are like dangling in Euphemia's face.
All right. So, was that your stealth check there?
Yep.
Euphemia got a 2.
Oh, that was my perception check.
All right. So, Karlik, I need a stealth check for big giant Minotaur walking over to the cistern.
I
we do
whisper
there?
quietly, "Here we are. Now I'm going to play my guitar," but I don't play it.
Excellent. All right, a little stealth check there.
Yeah, 14.
Oh, did you? It didn't show up. 14.
Didn't
Okay.
roll.
All right. 14. Nice. All right, you make it over there okay also. So what are you doing to help inspire the halfling here? Are you giving him bardic inspiration? Do you have any bardic inspiration left to give?
I'm all out of bardic inspiration, so this is what I say. Listen better.
All right.
You know what? Take a point of inspiration for that. Now, if your inspiration is full,
Oh, yeah.
you have a couple of options. You can give it to another player, or you can use it to heal 1 hit point.
Oh, nice. I'll give it to Pyrrhic.
Okay. So Pyrrhic has a point of inspiration. Now, remember, you can never have more than one of those, but I do like the.
I say to Pirate, I don't hear a thing. It's quiet. Let me open the door.
Good
Okay.
idea.
Oh,
All right.
wait.
Yeah?
Open the door as quietly as possible.
Okay.
If someone's in there, Cowlick, you charge them and scare them out of them.
Okay.
Good plan.
In my enthusiasm, I open the door too quickly.
Okay. I love it. So move yourself. You're just going to open the door and walk in like, I got this. All right, you do that. Okay. So bad news. It is sort of a little mini barracks / sleeping area. Apparently, immediately you see that. There's lots of supplies there. There are also 3 what appear to be folks dressed in red that you've now come to recognize as sort of the standard issue red brand attire. And they are, it appears, like I said, it's a storeroom. There's 2 double bunks against a wall, and there are 3 of them there kind of resting. So the good news is your stealth was good enough that you've actually surprised them. The bad news is they notice you're there. So they're all like, but you do have a surprise round. So that gives you a free, we're going to roll initiative, but you all get a free action before we then do the normal round. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So I need everybody, I'm going to redo the initiative track here, and we're going to redo initiative. So I need everybody to roll initiative again. So Euphemia, go ahead and do that. I'm going to get rid of your current ones. So Euphemia, roll for initiative.
Oh, I rolled a 5.
All right, yeah, for some reason your character doesn't get added to the thing automatically.
It says my connection to the server has been interrupted.
Oh, I saw that. I got that too. They're having a little trouble, but I'll hopefully be back in a second. One of the things I've noticed is because so many people are doing Roll20 now because they're trapped at home, it gets a little user heavy. Something.
I rolled an 11.
All right, excellent. So let me.
I think my initiative's +2, but I'm not sure.
So Euphemia, what'd you get for a roll?
I think a 7 total.
7. Okay.
No, 10. I mean, 8.
Okay.
Sorry.
You just keep changing it to get to a number you like.
8.
8. All right. And let's see. Karlak, what'd you get?
14.
14. I love it. And Pyric, what'd you get?
11.
11. Excellent. And then we got 3 ruffians here. That's 1 ruffian. Oh, crud. My server connection's messed up now. No, come on,
Oh,
server.
no.
Come on, Roll20. This is why I like to use Zoom with the Roll20 for those participating at home, because at least we can keep talking, but my ruffian is giving me trouble.
All right, can we do we have time for my moral dilemma, Russ? Can you help me?
Now, give me your moral dilemma whilst we wait for the servers to come back. What's your
All
moral-
right, I can really burn some time.
All right, go.
So I'm essentially a good person, so I believe in the sanctity of life.
Okay.
But others who do not believe in the sanctity of life irritate me greatly, and arsonists in particular. So do I identify these red brands as racist arsonists?
They do look like they're dressed identically to those who did attack the house with Molotov cocktails, attempting to set it on fire, which many would define as arson. So they seem to be affiliated with that group. You know, you can't be sure. So, I don't know where you are on trial by jury and all that, but it seems like there's a preponderance of evidence that they are related to those people.
Okay, so
Of evidence.
So the last time we broke into somebody's house, killed all their friends, and took their stuff. At the end of it, we really decided, hey, maybe we need to give this person a break. They had sort of kidnapped our friends and so forth, and we let them live and start their own business.
Yeah.
Well,
right? Yeah. And, we converted them to the Soul Forger and other stuff, and but now I don't think these guys deserve the same kind of chance.
They tried to burn down Auntie's house.
Kark didn't deserve what he got. Lord Hallwinter deserves whatever Lord Hallwinter gets, right? He asked for it. But I don't see that nice little halfling lady and her adorable son who's not afraid of heights, even when I, risk his life and limb to check on the roof. I don't think that guy, they deserve what they got.
Yeah.
So is the server back up or should I stop talking?
It was back, but it went down again. But let's try to go. So you guys have your free round. So what would you like to do? Those who want initiative. So Karluk, you want initiative for the free round. What would you like to do? All you can see is you see from where you are, Karluk, you can see the doors open, the halfling's short, so you can see over the halfling, and you see the room there. You see the 3 ruffians in there, / red brands. What are you going to do?
Impale one to the wall, Cowlick.
My friend is having a moral dilemma about showing the power of Nord, which makes me really think about stabbing you with my sword.
Yes! Yes!
Oh, take another point of inspiration. That was a good one.
Thanks. It's overflow. Euphemia, get one. I'm going to brandish my sword, but then I cast sleep.
I love it. All right. So you're casting sleep. All right. This should be pretty good. So what kind of save does sleep require?
Let's see. It's 5d8 hit points. I'll roll that.
Oh, you just rolled that. I think, and you get to knock them out. Is there a save against sleep? I don't even remember.
I'm going to check.
All right.
No saves, just hit points.
All right, perfect. So you roll the number of hit points you can knock out, and we're going to see how many of these guys you get.
It looks like I got 20.
20 is pretty good. All right. Tell me in order, what's your prioritized order for knocking these guys out, and they'll stop passing out when you run out of hit points to use. Does that make sense? So let's say they each had 10 hit points. You'd get 2 of them, right? I'm not saying they do. So you tell me which one, do you remember how to ping in this system? You just hold your mouse down on the thing and ping the first one. So who's your first one you want to try to get?
Let me get myself in the room there.
All right.
I feel really bad for the one who's sleeping on the boxes. He's most likely to wake up. So I'm going to cast sleep on him first.
All right, the guy on the boxes?
Far side of the room after that.
All right, the guy on the boxes you're saying you're doing first? The guy below you right now?
Yeah, the guy below me. Yep.
Okay. The guy below you right now just passed out. So I put a little sleep token on him. You can see it there, the little sleepy face. Right. They don't have Z's, which is sort of a shame. Do they have Z's? Let me see, because these are even better. Nope, there's a little sleepy face. All right. Who do you want to try to get next?
Then to the top on my left there. I'm trying to ping, but it's not.
Sadly, your spell seems to have run out of juice, so you get one of them.
Karluk's used to that.
All right. Nice job, Karluk. So you moved in. You're standing there menacingly with your sword out, I assume, and you knocked out one with magic. Nicely done. Pyrek, you get to go next. Remember, this is still your bonus round because you did surprise them. They had no idea you were coming into the room when you did.
I am filled with rage. And nothing fills me quite 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nothing fills me quite as much with rage as this sword. And so I'm going to just chop down the guy in the north.
The guy in the top. Okay, fair enough. So roll to hit.
Cool.
Since you're proficient with it, you're going to get, it's going to be, you don't probably normally, do you have a longsword with you normally in your character sheet?
No, I have a short sword normally.
Okay, so you got a longsword now, but the hit chance will be the same as with your short sword or your longsword.
Okay,
so
I'm going to
use the short sword attack button, and we'll just do different damage for the longsword.
Yeah, let's do it.
Don't forgive him the +1 frost damage, too, since it's a magic sword.
Hey!
Things up. How'd you do?
Feel my cold, hot rage.
All right, so you hit with a 15 plus bonuses, you're going to hit. So now you're going to roll damage.
Yeah.
You probably don't have the longsword on your sheet there, but I happen to know longswords are a D8 damage with a 1 plus your strength bonus.
0.
Okay, so it'd be 1, but for some reason you feel like the sword cuts a little deeper than you'd expect. So you just notice, because you are proficient in longswords, you're like, you felt really like you did a terrible job. You're like, that was one of the worst swings I've ever done. But you're like, ooh, that went deeper into his shoulder than I expected.
My instructor would say, don't fight angry.
So you do cut him a little bit, and he looks a little grumpy, but he's not bleeding or anything. It's more of a definitely little flesh wound. All right, Euphemia, it's now your turn for your free action, and then we're going to be on to regular initiative.
All right. What Euphemia does is she takes a knee and she aims very carefully right through and hits the one sleeping in the corner.
Well, the only one sleeping at the moment is the one that Carla just
one that's
passed
in the
out.
bed.
Everybody's awake in their bed now because they were kind of like
the one that's in the bed when he sits up.
Oh, the one in the far left corner.
Yeah,
right.
I forget how to ping.
Yeah,
and
just hold the mouse down. You hold it over and hold it. You press click. There you go. Perfect. That one. Got it.
I'm
okay.
going to use my inspiration.
All right. Fair enough. Roll 2d20 and pick your favorite.
Euphemia, shooting between
and an 8. Legs. Don't forget when you hover over the dice, you can click a 2. All right. So your 10. What's your bonuses to hit?
15 and a 13.
Your first one was a 15, so that hits. So your first your shot hits.
Yep.
And how much damage do you do?
Well, the bad news is that it is. Oh, it's not rolling the damage again. Hold on.
Yep. It's a D6 plus your dex bonus.
It is 4 plus 3 is 7, and then it is a sneak attack because I rolled with advantage because they're surprised. So it is another 3, and I don't know if I get my dex bonus to that or not.
Oh, you may not. I forget. I'll put that back in there.
So a total of 10 points of damage.
All right. He's still up, but he looks like he's bleeding. He's not feeling great. I'll put a little bleed token on him there. He's looking bloodied. Remember, for those following at home, if the DM says they're bloodied, it means they're below half hit points. All right. Okay, nice shot there, Euphemia. Now we're back. So that's the end of the free round. Now we're back to the beginning of the round, and one of the ruffians, the one nearest you, the one that Pyrrhic tried to stick, is definitely moving pretty quick, and he looks very angry, and he's mostly angry at the half-elf who just tried to stick him with the sword that's got a name on it. So he draws his own short sword, and he makes 2 quick attacks at you, 2 quick cuts.
Ooh, two.
So he goes, swish, swish, and there's 2 20-sided die rolls there. You can see he rolls like a champion. He rolls a 3 and a 4. What's your armor class there, Pyrrhic?
It is 12.
Yeah, so he will miss both times. So you nimbly dodge aside his attack. All right.
Yeah. Normally when a man brandishes his sword at me, I take it. But this is very surprising to me that this did. I got overly zealous with my rage of Euphemia. Don't let me do this again.
Okay.
Karlik, you're up.
Let's see here. Karlik is going to attack the one that's bloodied.
All right, fair enough. You using a sword?
Yep, using the sword.
All right, make your swing, sir. All right, your total is a 16. Nice bonus. Yeah, that's a nice firm hit there. Roll damage. It's not a D20.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you can't auto damage roll. That's the thing. You got it for damage in roll20.net. The way they like you to do it, I don't like, which is you can turn damage with attack on and it rolls it all at once. But anyway, there you go. And then he's got to know your bonuses. So it's like being at the table.
11 damage.
What's that?
11 damage.
11. Nice hit.
Nice.
You take him out. So you get him right in the guts, and he is just down. And he is gone.
He felt my rage. That's what you get for putting me in a cage.
The rhymes are flowing, and so is the enemy blood. All right, we're on to Now, it's the guy who's passed out's turn. He's passed out. I think with the sleep spell, if I remember correctly, I don't think noise wakes you up, but I think anything else does, right? So you can like shake him, throw water on him. I'd have to reread the spell. Is that right? Am I wrong about that? I think
It takes an action to wake up.
What's that? It's an action, yeah. So he's out. So Pyric, you're up.
Does Fifth Ed have the 5-foot step?
Well, if you want to, are you trying to get away?
No.
No, you have to spend movement to move. There's no
that's
free.
Pathfinder.
Yeah, that's
is that
or 3.5. Yeah, there's no like free 1 square move thing.
Okay. Euphemia, he's trying to stab me, Euphemia, and I regain my normal composure, which is cowardice towards melee fighting, and I just start like poking at him with the long sword.
With the sword? I think getting a magic sword is throwing you off your game. You've forgotten all your abilities. All right, so make your attack with your sword then.
Yeah, it's. I'm more frightened of the sword now than I am of him.
I'm beginning to think we should give that to Karlik.
Yeah, maybe that's probably a good idea. I'm not so good with
not that you can't use it.
No, it frightens me.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
That's a hit.
Well, hitting is not the problem. Here's the problem.
So roll damage, D8. You said your strength is 0, but you actually, again, it cuts deeper than you expect. And he is not bloody yet, though. But he's definitely getting annoyed with you. Euphemia, you're up.
Point blank shot.
Oh! Let's go to the fumble cards.
Oh,
critical fail.
Not so fast, Russ.
Oh, yeah, what do you got?
You're forgetting the luck of the halfling.
Oh, yes.
That lets me re-roll any one.
All right, go
now
for it,
let me make
halfling.
sure that it does count on an attack roll.
I think it does.
It does. An attack roll counts.
I think it does.
So I will be re-rolling that.
Lucky little halfling. Try that again. Oh, and the luck of the halfling pays off as the shot strikes true. Now, who are you shooting, by the way?
This poor guy here.
The sleeping guy? Okay, good. The wounded guy. Okay, your shot does fly true thanks to some halfling luck. It's one of those shots that was definitely going to miss, and then it ricocheted off the wall and hits him right in the chest. Roll damage.
Because it's a sneak attack.
Is it still a sneak attack?
Yep, because he's within 5 foot of an enemy. I mean, of a friend.
Okay, fair enough.
So the first one is 5 plus 3 for my damage bonus, which is 8 plus 2. 10
minus 10, right? He is out. Not only is the arrow a lucky hit, but it gets him right in the neck and he goes down. All right, he's out.
Amy is deadly.
Yeah, you are. Even when you miss, you hit. All right. Now we're back to the top of a new round. The fast red brand is down. So it's Karlik's turn. And all you've got left, Karlik, is a sleeping guy next to you, which you can you have what do you want to do? You can basically try to cut his throat and just take him out.
Karlik, these guys captured you. Like how rough were they to you?
Karlik takes his sword and kind of wipes the blood off slowly, slides it in the scabbard, and pulls out his lyre and starts humming like a sleeping song for like Minotaur babies.
Right.
I don't culturally. I'm unaware of what's going on. I don't understand. John, are you familiar with Minotaur's nurturing rights? Because
I'm shocked Pyric is lost for words.
Yeah, I am. Yeah,
I'm stunned.
I don't know what's going on here.
So what do you?
I'm really sorry, John and Joe, that we killed your characters. Maybe we should have asked them first.
Who are you?
Right.
That's a classic Russ move. He pulls that one all the time.
Yeah, John and Joe, roll up new guys. We'll get to you in a minute.
Minotaur. That's right.
All right, so Karlik, are you just going to sing the lullaby? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. I'm just going to think about my place in the universe and hang out here.
All right. Well, the guy's sleeping right now, so we can come out of combat mode. So what do you guys want to do?
Well, Euphemia, are you any good with rope?
Yeah, I'm pretty good with rope, and
Do we have any rope?
I'm not a murderer, so I don't feel comfortable just slaying this guy in his sleep.
He tried to burn your nephew alive.
Yeah, but I do have hempen rope 10 feet.
Okay, then I'm going to let you make your own decisions about him. Your moral compass, let it be true.
I'm going to tie him up.
All right. Yeah. So we need you to make some kind of check to tie him up faster than he can wake up. But I think you can probably pull this off. So why don't you make just a dexterity check? I don't know what else to call it, really. See how quickly you can tie him
It
up.
says in the spell you literally have to slap him awake.
Oh, that's fine then. So just tie him up. You got him. He's good. So you tie him right up. He's all gagged up, and he's still sleeping because you haven't slapped him or anything.
Okay. Let's secure him to one of these beds and then get him moving.
All right. So you got him tied into one of the beds, and you're just going to leave him there and move on?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, that was pretty quick. How noisy was it?
Actually, it was surprisingly quiet. No one really had a chance to scream much. There was a bit of gurgling.
I screamed like a little youngling.
Well,
the
you
sword
did.
is me and we're not getting along.
Yeah, so you're not sure if anybody heard you or not. But it wasn't like there's been louder things. That wasn't as loud as you've been.
I think you should let Cowlick carry your sword.
This is not my sword.
Yeah.
Yeah. Carlick, would you like this sword? I think it's got a little bit of an enchantment on it.
I'll take the sword. You're probably better with the power of Nord.
Thank you. Thank you for recognizing there. Right. Oh, yeah. I think that's a better way to be. If thieves in 5th Ed have an ability to scan for valuables quickly?
I believe it's called perception. Sure.
Okay. Well, we should look to see if there's anything particularly useful that we might want amongst the stuff, right? Were they guarding it because they needed to sleep here? This is essential, or like...
Go ahead, Pirate. My perception is nothing special.
All right, then I will do that because I'm not the worst at this. I start scanning to see if stuff... that's an amazing roll. That's twice as good as my last couple of rolls.
Oh, it's not bad because nothing's really hidden here. So the first thing you notice is that, like all good people of the area, they all have apparently belt pouches on that seem to be bulging with a little bit of coin and valuables. Also, hanging from pegs on the bunks are 3 dirty but clearly scarlet cloaks that match exactly the cloaks that other red brands have been wearing.
Oh, should we get our brand on?
I like
What
it.
are you thinking about that?
Yep.
That's a great
Okay.
idea.
Euphemia will grab one of them, and then she'll tuck the extra long cloaks into her socks so that they don't drag.
All right. Yeah, it's a little long for the halfling and a little short for the Minotaur. Plus you haven't seen any Minotaur red scars, red brands.
Does
But,
have a disguise kit.
I guess there could be one.
Carlick has a disguise kit, so I'm racking my brain at what Carlick would do to try to cover the horns.
Don't cover the horns. You'll catch everything on fire, Cowlick.
Yeah, the candles are still going up there.
I think we're just trying to get a moment's pause out of people before we exact sweet revengeance on them.
No.
All right, I go out the door and head towards these steps.
Did you
Russ,
take
I have
the
a
pouches,
question
Pirate?
about sleep and these bodies.
Yeah.
If they are properly dead, and I do not think I will wake up our captive, I want to pile the dead bodies onto the guy who's our captive.
Oh.
That's terrible.
It is consistent with Pyrex sense of justice.
I'm not sure where that comes in slapping somebody, but I think stacking weight on somebody while they're sleeping at some point, like 2 people deep, might wake them up. We'd have to roll for that.
Okay, well, I can instead prop their dead bodies so that when he looks up and wakes up, what he sees is his bloody dead friends.
Oh, okay. All right. Sure. Let me. I'm gonna make some notes here. All right.
He should think twice. Okay.
Yeah. I think he will.
Okay. In their blood, I write on the wall next to him, stay quiet.
Ooh, nice.
Stay quiet. And he is tied down. And then you've got Carlick's got the sword. Carlick, you've got the sword now, right?
Correct.
Make some notes here.
Yeah.
And you're going to leave this one guy alive, though.
Yeah.
One red brand's alive.
We're going to come back later.
He's gagged.
And if he's gone or whatever, I will track him down.
Gagged, bound, and with a blood-written note.
And surrounded by corpses.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. All right. Okay. Where are you guys heading? Did you take those pouches or no?
Yes, and the cloaks.
Got it. Okay, so you have the cloaks. The pouches, just for your notes, not a bad little haul. One pouch is 16 silver pieces and 7 gold. Not as good as a Norfolk's treasure, but this is pretty good. The second pouch has 12 silver pieces and 5 gold, leading you to believe like gold's pretty serious money. So the fact that these guys just sleep in the barracks of this kind of money means the Red Brands must be doing pretty well for themselves, looting people. And the third has 15 electrum pieces and 2 garnet gems worth 10 gold each.
Say
So
that
these
one
are
again.
pretty wealthy little Red Brand.
Say that last one again, Russ. I'm sorry.
15 electrum and 2 gems worth 10 gold each, 2 garnets.
Up the steps.
Okay, so you've got a door at the basin there, and then the stairs go up and around to another door higher up.
Oh, this door here.
There's a door right here I'm pinging.
Yep.
That one. And then there's a door up here. The stairs lead to that one. Yeah, you're going up the stairs to that one?
Yep.
Okay. Everybody, are you waiting for everybody to get to you or not?
Yes.
All right. So how's everybody else going to arrange themselves around the door there?
Oh, is this up?
Yeah, so these stairs all go up. So you're going up. All right. So you've gone up a flight, and now you're at the height. You're about 15 feet above the floor there.
I checked the handle.
For traps or something? Make a roll.
Nope. I just checked to see if it's open or not.
It is unlocked.
All right. I don't crash it open, but I'm not like this. I just open it.
Okay. When you open it, you see out into the night sky. So this goes out. It looks like you're coming out under the basement of the house, coming up out, and you're seeing outside.
Okay. All
So it looks like this is the normal cellar entrance for a house, like the modern day ones, the double steel doors. It doesn't have the double steel doors, but it's like the cellar entrance here.
All right. I go boop, 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 boop.
And by the way, that secret door you came in, the one in the lower left there, it's under your turn tracker. That one, now that it's closed behind you, is imperceptible. You can't even see it anymore.
Oh, nice.
So it looks like you just found the way most people would enter.
All right. I'm checking this door to see if it's open.
All right. It is
Cowl, a
also,
hidden position. Oh, there you go.
It is also not locked.
I open it.
Okay, so you look in, and there's thick dust covering the flagstones. The walls are decorated with faux columns every 10 feet, and the double doors at the west. So way down in the west, when you start to peek around the corner there's a pair of double doors that are sheathed in copper plate, but it's now kind of green with age. And there's a relief carving of a mournful angel gracing the doors.
All right. I walk up to the door and wait for my crew.
Okay. You walk up to the door, no problem. Who's going next?
Euphemia. I think it's a trap. A bugbear trap. I really wish we had a map.
Okay. I'll wait for you.
Maybe you should
Doc, take a point of inspiration for getting DM subtle references. You get one of those. Well done.
The wall carvings.
He rolled a good perception, Doc.
The wall carvings, do they look, and the dust, What era of Falandir are we talking?
It looks pretty old. Actually, make a history check.
I would love to fail yet another roll. I'm going to use my card that says automatic success from the last time.
There you go. Nice job. Okay. Yeah, you remember this. These are the kind of decorations that are typically done near tombs or graves or cemeteries.
Oh, all right.
Wow.
These are the guardians, the people who are there to keep the dead in their place. I don't think this is a particularly safe area, Euphemia.
It'll be fine.
That's fine, but this is how the blueberry crumbles.
Let's just look at the door.
I'm a little worried that our large bovine friend will have a different experience trekking across this floor than light-footed you.
All right. I'll look for traps.
Okay.
I will look for traps along this route.
Okay, go for it.
And then I'll move to that route.
All right. Give me a roll.
John, what is it, a dex check with my thieves' tools?
Yes. Right. It's a dex check.
Yep, it's dex with proficiency. So for you, it's a +5, I believe.
Yep, that's right.
Hey, nice
You're
one.
killing it there, Euphemia.
Woohoo!
All right. So you find the pit trap. So you find that there's a mechanism in the floor that's designed to fall away under some loose stones that are aside some breakaway timbers. And you feel like anything over a certain weight would probably trigger this. And you as a halfling were probably just light enough to not trigger it.
Plus one.
And
Euphemia, I find this whole thing very triggering. Why don't you come back and we'll go a different way?
it feels like you do feel like now that you can describe where it is, others, now that they know where it is, because it's pretty wide here, right? But with a dex check with advantage, because you can tell them where it is, they could probably make it across no problem.
Yeah, Karlik, what you're going to want to do is come to this post, okay? Then it's a two-step to the corner right here.
right in the middle. All right.
Yeah, right. I know it's amazing. They tricked you. You got to go right into the middle.
You gotta go right
Of course.
into
Of course.
Okay, and then do a broad jump, not a long jump, because you don't have enough room to run. You have to broad jump to here.
Makes perfect sense to Karlik. He's gonna give it his best, his bovine best.
So you get a dex check with advantage because the halfling is telling you what to do. So you get 2 of these rolls.
All right. 12
I don't have inspiration to loan you. I used mine.
and an 8.
Okay. Well, you do it. Nice job. You made it. Fortunately, it's DC 10, so you have no problem getting across there. So Karlik does, in fact, navigate the supposed trap the halfling has said he's found.
Pirate, just float across. Can't you levitate?
I'm working on that. I'm glad you've been paying attention. I'm not quite there, Leo.
All right.
Yeah.
Come to this post.
You know, there's an old method for really tense people to get into a circle and float across things. I think it's really tense helps. Floating disc is something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
All right, I will try this. And I say,
come to
Karlik, catch me if I make a mistake.
Catch me if I fall. All right, go for it.
Reach
Oh,
out.
this
Dex
is
check with advantage. Here you
I'm
go.
not very comfortable with whatever's going on here. If you've seen my okay.
Oh, look at that. You make this look easy.
Oh,
Right across there. Pyric has no problem. He doesn't need advantage.
I go into those cuddly arms of that Minotaur saying, hey, that's the
Yeah.
inspiration I needed there, Karlik.
So Pyric easily makes it across the thing, no problem there. Nice.
Well done.
All right, so now that I'm looking at the door, I look back to Pyric or perhaps even Karlik with his magical knowledge, and I say, this looks more than just an ordinary door. I'm not sure if I should just open this.
Do you have time? I can detect magic out of my spell book.
Yes.
Okay. Do we have time, Russ? Does it look like I can take 10 minutes to cast detect magic out of my spell book?
Well, I mean, you could take 10 minutes. I can't tell you if that's going to be a good idea or not.
Sure. We can let the whole world chill for.
Let me just grab my random monster encounter tables here, and we'll be right back in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Euphemia eats the last blueberry crumble. No, we have 2 left. Euphemia eats one of the last 2 blueberry and offers it to Pirate and Cowley.
All right. I now have detect magic going using the amazing 5th edition feat, which is ritual casting.
All right. So you're going to take 10 minutes?
Yep.
I'm going to roll to see if anybody comes along here. Hang on. I'm going to use my own dice so that I want a hidden roll.
What?
All right. So you do your ritual casting. Mumbo jumbo. And it doesn't seem like anybody comes along. And it's not very loud. It's just really mumbling. It's not like a very loud situation. And you're doing detect magic, you said?
Please.
You feel like hang on a second. I have a question for the internet. Good one. I feel like they do. Okay, so you get what's the range on it? I know you said it's blocked by a foot of stone, right?
Yeah.
And what's the range on detect magic? There we go. Casting time, blah, blah, blah. 30 feet.
Yeah, that should take us all the way to the opposite wall.
All right. And does it tell you the school of magic? Yeah, school of magic. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. You're detecting
necromancy.
Yeah. Oh, this is going to be good. You're detecting some necrotic magic on the other side of this door. You got sort of like 3 pings going on in there.
Well, I assume that this is John and Joe's character. Clearly, you let them roll anti-lich paladins.
Yeah, what's wrong with playing undead? You can do it in Divinity.
Lich.
So why not?
They're lich paladins.
Lich paladins.
Lich paladins.
The famous lich paladins.
Yeah.
Euphemia. We've got unsavory dead things, necrotic magics on the other side of this. Is this really as important as our time with the Red Brand?
Well, it's hard for me to leave a door unlocked, and I start to try to detect traps.
All right, make a check.
Pyrrhic, did I mention I saw some bugbear ghosts when I was in that trap? I'm quite sure that's what's back there.
Oh.
You feel like this is not trapped, Euphemia.
It's a 12.
Yeah, this is feeling pretty safe.
I open it.
All right. Sweet. All right, let me describe it before you move your model in there. So you're going to throw these things open? They're double doors.
I'm not going to throw them open, but I go like this.
So you're pushing them open. They're this cool copper that's all turned green over time, like the Statue of Liberty situation. You push it open. In there, you see 3 large stone sarcophagi, and they stand in this dusty crypt. And they're propped up against each sarcophagi is a human skeleton clad in bits of rusty mail. False columns along the walls are carved with the image of spreading oak trees. And the double doors in the corner, these are the ones you just opened, have that tarnished copper plate on them. And there are 3. These 3 skeletons start to sort of move towards you. So you can now move through the doorway if you want, so you can see the situation. All right, hang on a second. I got to fix something here to show you the skeletons. And we're going to roll for initiative in a minute.
Here we are. Time to play my
Loot.
flyer.
All right. So let's roll for initiative again. And I'm going to get rid of this ruffian here. Tell me what you guys get, and I'm going to roll for these guys.
A 21.
Ooh, 23.
So Karluk got a 23. Pyric, what'd you get? Or
15.
Euphemia, what'd you get? Euphemia got a 21. And Pyric, what'd you get?
15.
15. Perfect. And then I got some skeletons here to do. And I got one more skeleton here. So that's what a skeleton looks like.
Ooh,
Terrifying.
3D.
I don't even know how I did that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Figure
that was
out.
cool.
All right. I'm shorting the initiative track. So Karluk with his 23, you are up. Again, you can see over the halfling shoulders, and you can see the skeletons. What are you going to do?
Karluk will advance menacingly and then cast a mighty thunder wave upon them.
Ooh, Thunder Wave. So Karluk, move to where you're going. All right. So Thunder Wave's like a cone. I don't think you can get all three of them, but you can angle it probably to get these two on your left.
It says range self 15-foot cube.
Oh, cube. Oh, yeah, right. So 5, 10, 15. Yeah, so you can make a cube like off yourself, right? So if you imagine, yeah, there you go. So it centers out from you. So you can get any two of them. I don't think you can get all three, right? There's no way to position yourself to get all three, I don't think.
Right, yeah, 15-foot cube. Yes, I think it's just directly around me. I think.
Yeah, exactly. It's everything adjacent to you, looks like.
Yep.
Yeah.
So just the two, it would be a Constitution saving throw.
All right, nice. All right, so the first guy goes for his Constitution saving throw. He rolls his save. He gets a 10. What is your DC?
Let's see. It's got to be Charisma. I think
It's on the top of your spell sheet.
Yep.
So it says
13.
13. So he fails. So how much damage does he take?
2d8.
Nice.
Nope, that's not it.
And Thunderwave, if I remember correctly, is not quiet, right?
Not quiet.
Thus the name. What did you just do for damage? Holy crap.
12 damage.
12. All right.
Nice.
He is a mess. So the wave like smashes him against the wall, and he looks like he's barely being held together at this point. I wouldn't describe him as bloodied. I would call him more like dusted. He's definitely a mess. So yeah, he's not feeling very well. And then go ahead. I got to make the save on the other guy here. So again, he rolls his save. He too fails. So roll the damage for that guy.
At this point, Russ, I am wondering how Cowlick got captured in the first place, and wondering how, if this is a really seriously bad idea to return to this place, which was capable of capturing him.
All right. So how much damage did you do?
13 to the next one.
All right. He is blown back into the wall and is shattered and is destroyed.
Since my friend Euphemia is so brash, I have got to enter and make a splash. And then the ground.
I love it.
It's perfect.
Hang on a second. Just doing a little thing. Okay. Nice one. So nice job, Karluk. Next turn is Euphemia's.
Okay. Being a young halfling adventurer, I don't know that perhaps a bow and arrow might fly right through their ribcage. So I am going to let loose an arrow at this skeleton. Russ, I forget. In this game, if I attack before they do, does that give me advantage, or am I making that up?
No, you're making that up. You don't have a surprise round right now.
Okay.
You did not surprise them.
It's only in surprise round, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I'm not sure you can surprise undead anyway.
Yeah, probably not.
That's not a thing for them.
I got a 10.
A 10 to hit?
Yep.
Interesting. Their armor class is not in the little quick reference thing. Let me check.
Probably flies right through the ribcage.
No, they're wearing beat up armor and it deflects off. Ping! All right. Next up, Pyric. What you gonna do?
I get 6 squares, correct?
Excellent. Okay.
Is the movement I can
Yes, you get
move
6
6
squares,
and then cast a spell?
Yep.
Okay, so I'll go
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Oh, you terrible thing of death and destruction. Feel the power of the Nord.
Who are you shooting there?
The one that is got blown back by the last spell.
Okay, the one that's been wounded. All right.
Okay.
What's that come out to be?
15.
That is a hit.
Nice.
Roll damage.
Oh, the damage for this should be D8, if I'm correct. Ray of Frost. Oops, sorry. D8.
All right.
And its speed is reduced by 10. So I'm going to roll this D8 right now. Oh! Yeah, feel that power of that Nord.
All right. The power of the Nord washes over him. He gets like frozen solid, falls over backwards, and shatters into a million ice shards.
I will never touch a longsword again.
I think lessons learned. Lessons were learned. All the other elves at elf school used to wield swords without air, but not Pyric. Pyric always had trouble, so he decided magic was his way.
Okay.
All right. Let's see here. So I'm just checking in on something. Taking a surprise. Oh, there we go. Excellent. All right. Just one more thing here on my side. Little GM notebook action happening here. All right. And so now you've got this guy going. Let's see here. That was Pyric went. And now this skeleton here, who is definitely looking concerned about the situation.
Or is he?
Really. Skeleton's
Russ, since we're using Zoom, please show me, using your own expression, what a skeleton's worried expression looks like.
like that. It's a worried skeleton. There we go.
Awesome.
So you have to be a patron to see that, folks.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
I
That's why
definitely think I
you've
would
got to
say that.
contribute. You don't get the worried skeleton face.
And let me tell you,
Right there.
it's worth
All right.
every dollar.
So that's right. It's worth every penny. So the worried skeleton, he was probably not worried, but he just was died that way. So what are you going to do? He advances 1, because let's be honest, skeletons aren't really super fast. And he's going to attack the large Minotaur
Good.
creature.
Bull rush.
And so he draws a slightly rusty but still pretty sharp looking short sword there and makes a swing. He's going to be getting a 14. What's your armor class there, Karluk?
14.
He hits. Huzzah for the skeleton.
No,
That's what this is.
Gallic, no.
He rolls damage. He does 4 points of damage to you with his short sword.
Right. Got it.
All right.
I am worried about our future friends, John and Joe, and how much hazing Russ requires of people to join the campaign.
Oh, yeah.
He
So-
did this to Craig too. And that's why Craig is not here anymore. That's my guess.
Speaking of that, so the skeleton moves, and then the door behind the skeleton that you can see right here flies open, and a red brand steps out right behind him. And he's like, "Who forgot to pass? Oh, crap." And he draws, "We got company." He yells back into the room. John and Joe, you guys hear all that. And one of the guards just left the room, John and Joe. So I'm going to activate your guys' tokens so you can start to see, John and Joe. Let me go here to this. So everybody's got a little bit of player knowledge here.
Rafe's shared screen.
You can use your own screen. I'm gonna move you guys to the token layer, and then you should actually you should now see what your guys see. So you won't be seeing what Rafe sees. You're seeing what you're seeing, which is a little different than what Rafe sees. You'll notice you're trapped at the moment, but that was your plan. Okay, so going into a new round, I'm going to sort everything here. Hang on a second. Let me just take care of this real quick. One more.
Hey, Russ, I don't see that.
Oh, you don't see that? Hang on. Sometimes the dynamic lighting thing is finicky.
Rafe, you're muted. Do you know that?
Now it's talking at me.
Okay.
John, do you see now?
Oh, yes, now I do. Yep.
And Joe, I already got you turned on, so you should be able to see Joe.
Yeah, I'm stuck in Rafe's screen right now. I got to get out of there.
Oh, yeah, you got to learn how to use multiple windows and thingy. Okay, so, right, I'm going to give initiative to the two new red brands. There's also a little bit of murmuring. You can hear the sound of, as the door opens and this guy comes out, you could swear you hear two extra things. You could swear you could hear the brief stopping of some kind of argument in Dwarvish, and you can also hear several ladies gasping with surprise. And as I mentioned, one of a guy dressed like a red brand comes out behind the skeleton and seems annoyed that someone forgot the password again. So hang on a second. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to add these red brands to the turn order list, and we'll be good to go here. Roll for initiative for that guy. And roll for initiative for that guy. All right. And sorting the list again. Sweet. All right. Karluk, you are still the man with initiative from Heck. For those keeping track at home, they did an update to Roll20. You'll see that Karluk's initiative is 23.16. That's to the big tiebreaker, so it'll add your initiative step, your actual dexterity score after it. All right, Karluk, what are you going to do?
Karluk's excited to try out this new magic sword here, so he'll whip it out and swing it at the skeleton.
All right, sweet.
And I will use inspiration.
What's that?
I will use inspiration.
Okay, you're technically supposed to use inspiration before you roll, but we'll allow it. We're still learning here. So suspend your inspiration, because inspiration is not really a reroll. It's roll two dice at the same time. Oh, you were destined to miss. So you do. You could also opt to move, but just know that if you move now, because you did an attack action, the skeleton would get a free swing on you, so you may not want to do that. All right. It's now the ruffian's turn, the red cloak, the red brand, who's right next to you, the skeleton here. And he whispers a word. And Karluk, make a perception check.
Oh. $19.
Oh, nice. Okay, you hear him say, Ilfarn, quietly to the skeleton. And the skeleton just kind of completely ignores him, like he's not even there. And the guy steps forward, and he attacks you, Karluk, again with lightning speed. He makes two quick strikes at you with his short sword, just like that. Swing, swing. And he rolls a 20 and a 17. Oh, let me go to the critical hit deck for Dungeon Masters. Look at that right there.
Oh, no.
Oh, Karluk, this could be bad. We're going to have to see what happens here. So first of all, he is using a sword. The description is he really took it all out of you. The hit points from this attack cannot be recovered until you finish a long rest.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, no using hit dice to heal from this stuff. And let's see how much that was. The long sword does D6 plus 2. So make a little note here. The one that you cannot get back until you do a long rest is going to be 4 points of damage. Ow. And then his other hit has no special effects, but it also does another 7 points of damage. So how you doing, Karluk? You still up?
Karluk looks at Euphemia and says, I really wish he would have missed, and then just falls over.
Oh, and the candles go out on the Minotaur's horns as he collapses and starts to bleed out on the floor.
Now, this is not about this instance, but is Minotaur more like beef or more like cannibalism? I'm asking for a friend. I'm asking for a friend. It's not like I'm judging the situation.
Okay. Rumor has it there's 2 new players in the next room. It's fine. All right. Okay. All right. So he's done. He smiles, having taken out a 6-foot Minotaur. He's like, ever since we caught that guy, I've been longing to do that. I hate his frickin' rhymes. All right. Euphemia, you are up.
Do I have line of sight to this guy or no?
Yes, you do. He might have. No, you do. You do. He might have a little cover from
and
the.
Karlik is knocked unconscious.
Karlik is. He's worse than unconscious. He's bleeding out.
Okay.
So what's going to happen now is each round it becomes Karlik's turn. He's got to make a death save. It's just a DC's 10 unmodified straight up D20 roll. If he fails 3 of those, gone forever. He'll be rolling a new character.
All right. Well,
if he succeeds 3 of them, he stabilizes by himself. Someone can try to stabilize him with a DC 10 check, and if you have skill, you can get. I'm sorry, if you have a health kit, you can try it. I think somebody has one of those running around.
I'm aiming for this guy.
All right, go for it. He also could be healed by anybody who's got healing. Aiming for that guy. How'd you do?
13.
A 13 is a miss. It deflects off his leather armor.
That's all I got.
Okay. It is now someone in the back room's turn. It's actually John. It's your turn. What would you like to do?
All right, Russell. I step up to this. I step up here where you can see me.
Yeah.
Can you see me now? All right.
I can see you. I can see everything. Can I mention I'm the Dungeon Master? I can see it all, dude. Just saying.
Well, I didn't know if I had to plop my
no, I can see you move your token. You're good.
So I slide up to the door. As a bonus action, I cast Magic Stone on 3 rocks. See, I can actually see them in the map right there. They're on that little square right there.
Yep.
There's 3 rocks. And I say, here, you lazy bastard, use these. And then I'm going to use, as my action, I'm going to use, I always forget what it's called, Primal Savagery. And I'm going to slash at the lock on the door. Do I have to roll a hit?
What kind of damage do you do?
Acid.
Oh, yeah, right. No, you don't have to. Well, roll a hit with advantage in case you just totally screw it up. How's that?
Is he speaking in Dwarven?
What language are you using, John?
I'm speaking in Dwarvish because I'm giving my brother a hard time, so yes.
Okay, yeah. So you hear that in Dwarvish. Whoever understands Dwarvish can understand it. It's coming out from the door that the red brand came out of.
I'm going to here, I got my Primal Savagery right here. Let's see if this works.
Ooh, nice color. Now don't forget, you get 2 because you
advantage. Right. Here comes
I gave
the
you
second
advantage. One. Oh jeez. So a 2 and a 1. Honestly, what's your bonus? So it's only a DC. It's only a DC 10 to hit a lock. Its armor class is crap. So, it just sounds like it doesn't work out for you though.
Oh, plus 6 to hit. What do you want me to roll damage?
Your 2 got you an 8, right? So, what were you trying to do? You're going to break the lock?
I was just trying to hit the lock with the nails that grew out of my hand from Primal Savagery.
Oh yeah. Okay, well, you hit it, but you hit it. I'm going to take -2 damage on the hit. So roll damage, just because you had a weak hit.
So it's going to do 4 acid damage with the -2.
Oh, nice. Okay, let me check on the lock's health here. Oh, you managed to cut it off. Nice job. The lock actually cuts right out.
All right, and then as part of my move action, I will knock the door aside.
Yep.
So that's 2, 3.
Now there's a red brand right in front
4.
of you. That guy hasn't moved yet.
Yeah, I see him.
Yep. And then across the way in the other cell is 3 other prisoners. That's what you're looking at across the way.
Right, but this is where the guard is, right?
Yeah. Well, there's the one guard across from you that you just walk by, and there's the one guard.
I didn't see the guard. Oh, yeah, there he is, right.
Yeah,
all right, yeah, I'll take him.
Because you're going to.
All right, I'm just going to.
All right.
I'm just going to square up on him at the moment.
Okay.
Do I have any armor or anything?
I know that's your armor. I didn't take your armor.
From talking to Craig, I know that's your standard move is to give.
Yeah. So no, they didn't take your armor, and that little looks like a pile of rags. It's actually a small chest, and you saw them put all your gear in there except whatever you hid in town.
I will yell out Ulrich and point towards that as I stand up. So I'm done.
All right.
Russ, can you open that door so that if I have line of sight, I can see through it?
I didn't actually open it, so I went back.
That other guy opened it.
I'm going to try to do that.
Oh,
he
the other guy
came
did.
in.
You're right.
Yeah.
Right.
Let me see if I
Fire.
can do that.
Yeah.
Hang on. Oh, there we go. All right, I think I just did that now.
That's great.
Did it? Can you see through it now?
Yeah, barely because of my angle. It's
Because your
fine.
angle, right? But you should be able to see through it now. So I just removed the door as a line of sight blocker.
That's great.
All right. Okay. So, Balric, you have advanced there and done your thing. It's now the guy that's on you's turn, Balric. So he's going to swing at you. He's like, what? You could have escaped at any time? And he swings at you twice with his sword.
Pretty much. I say in common that time.
What's your armor class there, John?
Without my shield, it's a 14.
He gets a 13 both times. He misses. So you manage to deflect it off with your bracers, and you're good. All right. Pyric, you're up.
Are the sarcophagi rough terrain?
Yeah, they'll slow you down. Climbing over a sarcophagus, not as easy as walking in the open.
But I could get 2 steps over the sarcophagus
Yeah, just pay double movement. You just pay double movement.
Okay, then I should be using the correct screen. 1 and 2. And 3. I'm looking and I can't see anyone. That's okay. Since our new friend Cowlick uses to such effect in the storeroom, I too am going to sing the lullaby of the North and send this particular red brand to sleep.
Okay.
Okay.
And you're ignoring the skeleton, which is fair. So you're going to put that one red brand to sleep?
Yep.
Okay. Roll for your hit points.
Cast at what level? It's 1.
Yep.
Or is it 2? It's asking me to cast.
You
at
can
what
decide
level.
which spell slot you want to use, because do you have level 2 slots yet?
No.
No. So it's got to be level 1 then.
Okay. And then there we go.
There you go.
He's asleep.
Oh yeah, he's out. He's lullaby land. So
Okay. We did it.
Nice. You done?
I wanted to see somebody else, but I could not see anybody else.
No, it's a hard angle down there. You can't.
Yes.
I mean, you're hearing some dwarvish from in there. You're hearing some moderate, like, ooh, oh no. From voices. And then you're hearing some swearing and clashing and like, you could have escaped any time type stuff.
I want to, if I have time in there when he crashes to the ground to sleep, I want to scream in Dwarven for the Soul Forger.
Ooh. Okay.
Well done. Well played, sir.
Yeah, well, I mean, if people like the Soul Forger, you dwarves like the Soul Forger. I speak a lot of Dwarven.
All right, so you guys hear that coming from the other room. All right, Joe, what are you going to do?
I look at the 3 stones my brother put in my hand. A drowning man.
They're on the ground. They're on the ground. You got to pick them up. I wouldn't give them to you.
What is this, self-service?
Do your own work.
I look at the 3 rocks.
What am I, a stewardess?
Crying out loud. I give you magic stones. Now pick them up.
A drowning man would clutch at a straw. Like, move up.
Yep.
This is awesome.
How do I pick this guy up?
Want me to move you, Joe? I think you're in measuring mode, Joe.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Thanks.
Click on him with your arrow, Joe.
You can just ping where you want to go if you want. Show me where you're going.
Ping me right here. Why am I not
Hold your bounce button down.
right behind my brother right now.
All right, there you go. Okay, you're there now.
Thank you. I'm gonna then I pick up the stones. I'm gonna throw one of the stones at the guard who is next to the Minotaur, actually behind the door. So the one in front of my brother. Throw at that.
Yeah, the one next to the door. I don't know if you can see him or not. He's sleeping anyway.
Yeah.
But the one in front of your brother is not sleeping. He's looking pretty angry.
All right. So this is going to be just a D20. I don't have magic stone on this, so it's going to be.
You don't have to. It's D20 plus 6.
So D20. Did that come up on the screen?
Yeah, so it'll be 11, Russ. I don't think it hits him.
It didn't. I didn't see the roll, but 11 does not hit. He sidesteps that one.
All right. And I'm going to. I know my
Joe,
shield.
just so you know, there are no bad rolls, just bad GMs.
Oh, wow. Ouch. Wow. Tough room.
I'm going to continue. That was 10. So I'm going to do 20. I'm going to move right inside the door to the other. Actually, I don't have a hand-to-hand weapon, do I? Actually, the chest is right there.
The chest is to your right, though, so you can pick up
right
your
here where
bonus
I'm
action.
pinging, Joe.
All right, I'm going to, can I, is it open or is it closed?
It's got, your stuff doesn't quite, it can't close all your stuff in it, so it's partly open where you can see your stuff in it.
All right, so that's all I can do this round. I'll pick up my hammer next round.
Okay. All right. It's the skeleton's turn. He ignores the down Minotaur. He also ignores the sleeping Red Brand and goes right towards Pyric. And he makes a swing there, Pyric. And he's going to throw his, he's going to swing his sword at you. Whoops, that was a D12. Wrong die. Sorry. What's your armor class, Pyric?
12.
He misses. So you dodge that, and the skeletons are not nearly as fast as the Red Brand. What's that?
You can't conquer the power of the Nord.
No. All right, Karluk. Unfortunately, it's your turn again, Karluk. You're going to have to make there it is. 15. That's one success. So you can mark on your sheet. You've passed the death save once. So that's good. And now it's the guy in front of John's character. I'm not using the names yet. I'll let them introduce themselves probably next session here after the battle's over. So what we'll do now is have the ruffian attack. I said we'll have the ruffian attack. Come on, ruffian. Oh, no, that's the sleeping ruffian. Sorry, he doesn't get to go. Euphemia, your turn.
Okay, Euphemia says, moves as a point of order that we extend and keep playing until the end of this encounter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay.
Aye.
How do we do the measuring stick again?
You click on, Joe's stuck in measuring mode. So
I just switched over. I figured out.
So to get to measuring mode, there's a circle with a little like ruler in it on the list to the left.
How does moving diagonally work in fifth edition?
It doesn't, just count your squares. Don't worry about whether it's diagonal or not.
Okay, so that's just 15 feet of movement?
Yep.
Okay. Euphemia is going to move to here.
Yep.
Oops, sorry.
Now you've got yourself in measuring mode. You got to go back to the little arrow.
All right. Yep. Hop up on the sarcophagi. I'm happy to make an acrobatics check if you want to.
That'd be swell. Unless you have the movement. If you have the actual double movement at the end, you're fine.
Yeah, I don't have the double movement.
Then go ahead and make the acrobatics check. To make it, you got it.
Okay.
So Euphemia makes a nice little leap up there. No problem.
Leap up using the mantle move. Okay.
Yep.
And then that was my dash. That was my halfling free action.
Nice.
I then whip my backpack around for my normal standard action, reach inside, grab healing potion, which I think we got somewhere along the way.
You did just get 2 earlier this evening, so you can
uncork one and pour it into the Minotaur's mouth for my second action. Is that all allowed? Am I doing my actions properly?
Yeah, sure. Because I think it's a bonus action to grab the potion out of your bag, and then you can make it your full action to give it to the Minotaur.
Okay.
So healing potion, I think, is D6, but I'm going to look it up. Coming right up here. Right out of the compendium in a moment. My internet connection is a little slow. Here we go. Hit points regenerated 2d4 plus 2. So since you're administering Euphemia, you roll 2d4 and add 2.
Bardic inspiration, roll high.
Okay, you couldn't have rolled any lower. So, but good news, Karluk, you just got 4 points total because it's 2d4 plus 4. So, Karluk, your points are now at 4. You are obviously stabilized, and you're starting to sort of wake up. All right.
My turn is done.
Nicely done. John, you're up.
All right, I'm going to slide down here.
Pyric, there's other prisoners.
I'm just going to slide down here, Russell, and I'm going to hold my action until my brother gets his lazy ass across from me, and then I get the flank, and then I'm going to slash him with my primal
All right. Holding your action.
One other thing. I'm checking out the women in the cage. I'm looking for dwarven women with nice low stubble.
There are no dwarven women
And he would
What am I looking at, though?
There are 3 human
What a waste.
commoners here. You don't know their names, but there seems to be a woman and 2 teenage children.
Oh, the poor children.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done. Well, for now.
And they look related. They're hugging each other and stuff, so you're probably thinking that's the mother of the kids. All right. They're all female, by the way. All right. So now it's the guy that's next to you. What's that?
I feel sad that they too were imprisoned with their family.
Yeah, yes, they were. They didn't argue as much as you guys did, though. It's kind of weird. So now it's the guy next to you's turn. He's going to attack you there, John. So again, he swings twice with his sword. His first hit, definitely hits. And his second hit, not 20. Wait, we looked up the critical hit for DMs again. These guys are rolling today.
This could end poorly.
All right. Here we go. Critical hit deck for GMs. Let's go into the bot card here. How do we do? It's a sword. Off your form. You have disadvantage for the next D6 rounds. Are you ready?
Yeah.
On melee attacks. So you have disadvantage on melee attacks, John. So any other attacks are fine.
Phenomenal.
But for the next 3 turns, you have disadvantage on melee attacks. As soon as combat's over, that goes away.
All right, I got it.
So he just kind of hits you with it. Now you still take damage too, of course. And his second attack also hit you. So sadly, he hit you both times.
How much damage did I take?
We're about to find out. I lost my. Here he is.
Patreons, you want to know. The original gangsters are wearing hats that you have to see.
Yeah, you should. If whenever the rolling gets this hot, Russ's dice are intimidated by good hats.
So there's 3 points of damage.
See, the hats are already working.
Oh, you're nice.
The hats are already working. Get your hats on, John and Joe.
Get your hats on. It's only 5 points of damage, John, and that was 2d6 plus 2 each, and you only took 5 points. You got off light on that.
All right, I've marked it down.
All right.
You've only made me angrier. I was already angry.
The Book of Grudges is getting filled up. Pyric, what are you going to do?
Quite right.
Oh boy.
Skeleton.
Is Cowlick ambulatory again?
Yes.
He is. Yeah, he's prone at the moment, but he looks like he's going to be getting up. His eyes are open. He's moving.
Can I move my character here and attack the longsword? Or is that attacks of opportunity?
As long as you don't leave his next to him, you're okay.
You can
so I'm going to move here.
Yep.
And then I'm going to crouch down, getting his attention. And right when he raises his sword to strike me, I slash out.
With your own sword?
Yeah, with my own sword.
John's hat.
Okay, slash away.
I'm going to use advantage. I'm going to use advantage on this.
Are you going to use your inspiration? Okay, so
yes,
your
because
inspiration.
it's my job always to try to get the attention of the bad guys who set up sneaky, stab from the back.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now we're back into short sword land, which I'm comfortable with. Here's my first short sword roll, which is bad. Here's my second short sword roll, which is better.
Yeah. You definitely hit him. Good job using your inspiration. Roll damage.
And it's a D6. Bam. Yeah.
All right. You definitely took something out of him, but he's still there. But he's feeling it.
Good.
Okay. Joe, what are you going to do?
Ulrich steps forward here, grabs his warhammer, steps into the flank. All good things come to an end. That's my old Dane said. John, you get to attack first if you held your action.
I was holding.
Yes.
Russ, I was holding for him to move in that position, so I'm going to attack.
Joe just said you get to attack. Go for it.
I have advantage, but I don't have advantage because that guy's got me off my game.
Yes.
So I just got one regular die.
Yep.
The 15 hit?
15 does hit. Even off your game, you're hitting him.
It's the hat.
It's the hat.
My off my game is better than most.
It is the hat, John. Nice hat. Oh.
And then I do 1 damage. Yeah.
Take that. He looks nonplussed. He's not impressed.
I think I broke a nail.
But he's so focused on you. Let's see what your brother can do. Joe?
So I swing my warhammer down. My Morden's Grace, and I get advantage on this, so I'll take 2 swings. Exactly the same stat.
Nice.
And that's a 7 bludgeoning.
Why do we not get to see their
Oh,
rolls?
we got to tell Joe to turn his dice on. So Joe,
I
watch
saw
this
his
in a
rolls.
second. So Joe, you got
Do I have to do that too?
you did 7 points of damage, right, Joe?
I saw it.
7 points of damage. Where is that? Under the gear? Where is it?
Okay, so to turn your dice on, his rolls are showing up in the chat. It's just he doesn't have his 3D dice on.
Sorry.
Under the gear,
Yep.
Joe, you'll see that it says enable 3D dice
Yep, got it.
and automatically roll 3D dice. Turn both those on.
Got it.
I
Thanks.
thought those.
But your roll was great. So you actually, in this though, it rolled twice for you. You got a 16 both times with the +5, and then you did 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Correct.
So nice hit. So you got
Good
it.
to God, smite him.
He's now bloodied, but he's still up. But he was too busy paying attention to the one dwarf. The other dwarf got him in the back of the head. All right. It's time now for the skeleton to go. And he is trying to actually, since Karluk is still prone, he's not worried about it. He's going to go after the elf who just stuck him. So he makes his swing again with his short sword on the elf. And he misses badly. So the skeleton's not having a good day. And Karluk, you're back. What are you going to do? You've got a pittance for hit points, but you're around. Karluk, you should have 4 hit points, by the way, Karluk, not 2.
Karluk, what, is it 2 + 2?
It was 2 ones plus
It's
2.
2 1s plus 2, so that's 4.
Okay, so I've got 4. All right.
And you never go negative when you go down, you just stay at 0. So you never have to heal up anything below 0.
All right. So Karluk's going to look at Euphemia and say, why didn't you hit that guy with your bow? Karluk knew the way to go to find these guys, but I really hope none of us dies.
Boy, the rhymes get great when he goes down for a few turns. You got to remember that.
Crazy time. I will take a move action towards the cells, but I'm going to attack the skeleton here on my way.
All right, nice.
Why don't you stay in the flank, Karluk?
Does it matter?
Yeah, if you're directly across from him, you get advantage on him. So if you stayed where you were, and you can. Now
I do
because
full
you're
dance
opposite
backwards?
of Pyric, you're flanking him. And so you get advantage on your attack.
All right.
That's definitely the move. But he gets a no!
Oh!
Hey, critical hit for players.
The hats. It's the hats.
It's the hats.
It's the hat.
You're using your new sword, right?
I am.
Okay, ready? You get what you pay for. Maximum damage, and you and the target must make a contested strength check. If the target loses, their weapon is partially broken and deals a quarter damage until it's repaired.
Oh, sweet.
So you do maximum damage. Let's see if your maximum damage just finishes him off. It won't matter. So
That would be a 14.
14. Oh, he's down.
All right.
So let's just call it. You shatter his sword. He tries to parry. You shatter through his sword and just take his head right in twain. I never get to use twain enough in a sentence.
Giant bovine smile appears on Karluk's face.
Nice hit. Woohoo. All right. Karluk takes down the skeleton. The sleeping ruffian snores. And Euphemia, it's your turn.
All right, Euphemia doesn't have an issue with the sleeping red brand because he saw him attack his friends. So in the moment that Karluk swung and wiped out the skeleton when he was bent over, Euphemia gets on her tippy toes on the sarcophagus and plucks an arrow right into the sleeping red brand.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Do I get advantage because he's asleep and prone?
Is it coup de grace?
Or is it a
not
coup de
with a
grace?
range attack? It wouldn't be a coup de grace. You'd have to be up next to him.
Okay.
From here, it's going to be a shot. I'll give you advantage because he's not moving, and you kind of on high ground and stuff. Nat 20. Oh, look at it.
Coup de grace!
The hats are like a thing.
Wait,
You're gonna get a coup de grace. Let's see what the description is.
You also
For a
get your
bow,
sneak attack, yeah.
Oh yeah, and it would be sneak attack damage. That's
it
right.
would
Jeff.
be. So
And
it's
you get to
a pierced gullet, double damage. Yeah, I think
Double
it's probably
damage?
but you get to do double damage with your surprise attack damage doubled. So I think you're going to finish him.
All
off.
right, so it would be 12 plus 3, 15, 18 plus a d6.
You've already got him. He's dead.
I know, but I want to see what it is.
All right, go.
19 points of damage from little Euphemia.
All right, he is down. He just starts rolls over and the arrow goes right through his neck and he's done.
Like a proper person from the north, I do not take any credit for, I don't know, any of the situations of getting rid of the skeleton or this other thing that I may have propped up.
Nice. All right, John, you're up. You got this. You got this bloodied guy in front of you.
Wait,
behind your
I can. I have a bonus action. I can dash. I'm
Okay,
going to
go
go
for
into
it.
here.
Yep. Don't forget to pay extra for coming off the sarcophagi.
Okay, I did. I paid 5 extra.
Okay, sweet. All right, John, you're up.
Right. I'm not 100% sure if this person's with us or not. So I'm going to glare at the halfling and see as I make this move because I'm about to find out if she's a friend or foe. So I say to the red brand, I'll be right back. And I go 1.
Now wait,
2.
wait. We should point out the halfling is wearing a red cloak, just like the red brand's cloak.
That is true.
Just for the
Changes
record,
my-
just to
all right.
make things fun, that
All
is
right, that-
actually happening.
Oh, can I do an insight check? I'm very insightful.
You can make an insight check. That's probably smart. Because
Now, do I have I only have disadvantage on my
It's only attack rolls. That critical is only on attack
Okay.
rolls, so you can do insight normally. You can spend
So here
inspiration.
comes
if
an
you want.
insight check.
What'd you get?
I got a 20 on insight. I got a nat 20.
You got a dirty 20, right?
A dirty 20, I guess it
Yeah,
is. I
so
can't
with
see
your
my
dirty 20, you can tell that cloak is way too long for that halfling, and that is definitely not something that she would wear normally.
Right.
She also, you haven't seen any red brands that are halflings, and you do remember hearing the red brands discussing that they were going to go try to burn some halfling's farm just last night, as a matter of fact.
Say, you need a new tailor. And then I slide up here and I said, I'll be right back for you, I said to the red guy. And I run over here. I grab my shield and scimitar. Can I
Were you
pick
gonna
both
give an
those up?
attack of opportunity? Are you
No, I didn't. I haven't left his. I haven't left his area yet.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see where you're going. Yep. Okay, got it.
And then I'm coming right back.
Oh, I see. Okay, got it. Grab my
So
stuff.
now I'm
Come right
going-
back.
Now I'm going to smack him with my scimitar instead.
All right, excellent. Roll to hit.
But I don't have advantage because I'm still disadvantaged.
That's right. Oh, I thought you had a nat 20, but you got a 2. I feel like that's going to miss.
I thought it was an 18, but I'm not an 18. So, all right. Well, anyway, I attempted to. That's my best work.
Right. Okay. So, next up, wait, did you roll an 18?
I thought it looked like an 18, but it's not.
Yeah, it was a 2. Actually,
It gave me a 2. It gave me a
yeah,
2.
it showed a 2 on my screen too. So, all right. Okay. Up next is the ruffian here, and he's not liking his odds right now because the halfling just came through. Actually, he's got to make an
Oh,
insight.
we
Well,
scared of the halfling.
he knows there's no halfling red brand, so he knows that's not a backup. So what he's looking at is he's bloodied, he's outnumbered, and so he's going to make an intelligence check here to see if he should surrender or fight on. If he was smart, he would surrender. So let's see if he's smart or not. That would be a nat 1. So no, he is not smart. He's just fighting on like, I have you now. And he swings. Because he did such a good hit on you last time, John, he's going to swing at you again.
Okay, my armor class is now 16.
Okay, so he's going to roll his 2 attacks on you here.
Oh, this bastard.
They will both hit.
He's beating the snot out of me.
They will both hit. And he does D6.
Hey, brother, how's it feel?
So here comes the first one. D6 plus 2 twice. So here comes a 2D6.
Oh,
8 and 5.
Oh,
So, yeah,
it's
you're
like the
gonna take
whooping I used to
13.
get when you used to tell Mom I was the one doing it.
Are you still up, John?
So how much damage did I take, Russ?
You took another 8 and 5. So you took 13 points of damage.
Ooh.
I'm officially bloodied.
All right, he's still
Bloody?
up, though. Oh, he's toughened. All right. The ruffian looks worried. He thought he had you. He really thought he had you there. He's looking a little concerned.
So I took. What did I take total, Russ? I'm sorry.
You took 13.
13.
13. All right.
What did you take the last round, John? That's 13 this round, I think.
It was 13 this round. And I can see his meter. He should survive it. He should have survived it. This round.
I'm still standing.
Yeah, you're still standing.
Yeah.
He's bloody, but he's still up.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
That's right.
Don't
so
forget
he's
I'm
actually okay.
dwarven.
Yeah, he's dwarven.
Dwarves.
I mean, he's talking a good game. Well, you can't see him, so I can't describe what he actually looks like to you. But he's looking pretty good. I mean, he's feeling it. Let's just say. All right, Joe, your turn.
I, little red one. I heard that cowards die many times before their death. I take my swing.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Oh, you're just as bad as I am.
You had advantage, Joe.
You have
Go
advantage.
again.
You have
I
advantage.
guess
Joe, try that
advantage
again.
for
You have
blank.
advantage. Your first roll's crap. Try that again.
Did I throw two of them out there?
Nope.
Uh,
There you go. That'll hit.
Yeah.
So that's a 17. So that's going to hit. And roll damage, Joe.
8 more points of damage.
And that gets him. He goes down.
it's about time.
And
All's well that
the
ends well.
last combatant falls. And there's a moment of silence. And we'll do the dialogue and the introductions and meeting each other next session as the final battle, as the battle winds down.
Bum, bum, bum.
All right. Great session, guys.
But I could be here to take all those hits for you guys.
You definitely absorbed a lot of damage there, Joe.
I'm glad you're here to take all the hits for us, too.
Excellent.
I was not necessarily interested in what Minotaur jerky tastes like. I am a vegetarian, but
Let the record show that I was not going to eat the Minotaur. All right.
That was
Excellent. All right, boys. So we'll take a bye week on Labor Day, and we'll meet again the week after that. Sound good?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was super fun.
For having it.
Achievement unlocked. You've made it to the end of another D6 Generation episode, the podcast whose humor has universally been acclaimed as not too horrible. Please let us know what you thought of the show by emailing us at info@the d6generation.com. If for some inexplicable reason you actually enjoyed this show, you can help others find out about it by leaving positive reviews on iTunes. Thanks for listening and happy gaming.